As I said at the end of that last video, holy crap. This news just dropped. And again, people are not necessarily surprised that she's leaving and resigning, because that was the rumors over the past week, was that Trudeau is looking to remove Freeland from her post as finance minister. It was the way she has left. We see Fraser, who left last night, and we have Freeland this morning saying bye-bye. And she went out with, I would say, a bang. She lifted the curtain a little bit of what's happening behind the scenes, this Liberal Party and how Trudeau operates. And she says, take that, I'm out, chucked him under the bus and said, see ya, I'm out. We'll get right into it right now. Holy jumping. Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland resigns from Trudeau's cabinet. The federal government is expected to deliver a fall economic statement later today, which we have discussed. Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland announced Monday morning that she is resigning from Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's cabinet hours before the federal government is expected to deliver the fall economic statement. Oh, screw that. We're going right into our statement. Okay. The Right Honorable Prime Minister, again, we are not fans of Chrystia Freeland. Not a huge fan of her. However, the way she went out, I gotta say, congrats. Dear Prime Minister, she says, it has been the honor of my life to serve in government. Working for Canada and Canadians, we have accomplished a lot together. On Friday, you told me you no longer want me to serve as finance minister and offered me another position in the cabinet. Upon reflection, I have concluded that the only honest and viable path for me is to resign from the cabinet. To be effective, a minister must speak on behalf of the Prime Minister and with his full confidence. In making your decision, you made clear that I no longer credibly enjoy that confidence and possess the authority that comes with it. For the past number of weeks, you and I have found ourselves at odds about the best path forward for Canada. Our country today faces a grave challenge that incoming administration in the United States is pursuing a policy of aggressive economic nationalism, including a threat of 25% tariffs. We need to take that threat extremely seriously. That means keeping our fiscal powder dry today so we have the reserves we may need for a coming tariff war. That means eschewing costly political gimmicks, which we can ill afford and which can make Canadians doubt that we recognize the gravity of the moment. That means pushing back against America First economic nationalism with a determined effort to fight for capital and investment and the joy and the jobs they bring. That means working in good faith and humility with the premiers of the provinces and territories of our great and diverse country and building a true Team Canada response. I know Canadians would recognize and respect such an approach. They know when we are working for them, and they equally know when we are focused on ourselves. Inevitably, our time in government will come to an end, but how we deal with the threat of our country currently faces will define us for a generation, and perhaps longer. Canada will win if we are strong, smart, and united. It is this conviction which has driven my strenuous efforts this fall to manage our spending in ways that will give us the flexibility we will need to meet the serious challenges presented by the United States. I will always be grateful for the chance to have served in government, and I will always be proud of our government's work for Canada and Canadians. I look forward to continuing the work with my colleagues as a Liberal member of Parliament, and I committed to running again for my seat in Toronto in the next federal election. With gratitude, Chrystia Freeland. Well, there's a lot there. Their view and approach of how Trump is doing things is, a very liberal way of looking at it. Economic nationalism is such a threat to us. And in some ways, yes, it is a threat to us, but it's also an approach that we need to have. Canada first is also something we should have here. It's just an idea. It's a good thought to have. But for her to come out and say, kind of lift that veil, we've been talking over the past several weeks, and we clearly have different ideas of how to approach this. We clearly have different goals in mind at this point. You've mentioned that you've lost confidence in me. So I'm going to say, bye. If you don't have confidence in me, then I have no reason to serve in your cabinet. You've made it very clear. And I can only imagine some of the choice words that were made in that exchange, and she so eloquently put here. But the thing that really caught my eye was when she said, we need to take that threat extremely seriously. That means keeping our fiscal powder dry today so we have the reserves we may need for a coming tariff war. That means eschewing costly political gimmicks, which we can ill afford and which make Canadians doubt that we recognize the gravity of the moment. Where she says, people don't think you're being serious, Trudeau. Your political gimmicks. Yes, the things where you've mentioned how America didn't want a female president. Where you take your time to then lecture the Americans about how they should have voted differently. And you're just sitting there crying, wishing you had a different result. And you go around to Taylor Swift concerts or in other events where you aren't addressing anything that's happening with the incoming tariffs that are going to have a significant impact on our economy here in Canada, which communicates that you're unserious and unwilling to do the job, which Freeland outlines here. It's these types of situations where you read between the lines. These people know that they're not doing well. These people know that Canadians are not happy with them. As much as they act in Parliament, as much as they act in the House of Commons, oh, we're doing such a great job. People love what we're doing. They know. It's clear here. They know they're not doing the right thing. They know they're messing up. They know what's going on. When she says, and I guess you can take this however you want, but when she says our time in government will come to an end, how we act here and now will be remembered for generations. Yes, clearly what they've been doing, they've known what they've been doing. It's been done on purpose. And the reason why we always tend to go along the side of they could be doing it on purpose, they may not, it just may be clear incompetence. It's because we don't actually know. So we can speculate that they're doing this on purpose, but we don't actually know. But when we see this, and then she actually starts talking some decent economic sense, it's like, oh, they actually have known all along they've been screwing this up. They actually do see the gravity of the moment. They do see what's been going on. When you're over here taking pot shots from Canada, well, we're about to get 25% tariffs put on us. It communicates that we're unserious and unwilling to work with our neighbors. She didn't say here, but we'll say it again. It's not like Trump was asking was a crazy ask. Secure your border, limit what's coming through the border, and then we won't have the tariff issue. It's pretty simple. Don't allow your country to be a launch pad for terrorists to come into America. Don't allow your country to be a launch pad for fentanyl to come into America. Get your crap under control, get your border under control, or we're gonna slap 25% tariffs on you. Suck it. Pow. His ask isn't crazy. But instead of addressing that and actually talking to the premiers and actually formulating a plan, he's been talking about, oh, women don't have the same rights. Abortion is on the table. Who's talking about this? Social justice issues are not the answer here, my guy. Our economy is on the fritz, and you're about to give it the knockout blow. Could be on purpose. It could be you're incompetent. We don't know because we actually don't know. We can speculate, but in this case, it doesn't really matter. Canadians can see it loud and clear that you don't know what you're doing. And that's why this whole plan to move Mark Carney into Freeland's position, potentially making him deputy prime minister, so that in the event where the prime minister is unable to take care of his duties, which we don't really know what that means, Carney can slip right on in. That is what we're faced with right now. So not a fan of Freeland, annoyed that she hasn't stepped up sooner. Annoyed that she hasn't taken the way of Jane Philpott, Jody Wilson-Raybould, and others, Selena, and said, no, we will not act like this. We not cave in to your demands. We have to stand up for what is right and not corruption. We need to take a stand. And again, this stand is weak at best. However, it's still a stand, and I have to give her credit for it. She sees what's on the table. She sees what's going on. And this was a sign. She's been seeing the signs. There's a reason why she reversed the promise of $250 mini checks coming in April. A, she probably sees it from an economic policy that, hey, we're about to get tariffs put on us. We can't keep giving out free money. Can't keep doing it. Or this is more so done from the perspective of, screw you, I hate you, and now I'm going to make you look bad as I'm on my way out. Reversed. Repeal. We're going back. No money going out to Canadians. Could have been one or two. Could have been both. She sees the economic outlook, and she hates what Trudeau's done to her. So he's like, nah, screw you. Repeal the checks. No more extra spending. Not going to be doing things trying to make you look good, Trudeau. No more. Figure it out on your own. Maybe your buddy Mark Carney can figure it out. Woo! It is a Merry Christmas indeed. Holy jumping. So much on the go today. Again, this was on the heels of we're supposed to get that economic report today. And don't think for a second Freeland resigning today was a coincidence. That economic report is going to be damning. It should be released here in the next 5 minutes, if not by the time this is uploaded. We're about to find out exactly what's going on, why Freeland is reversing course even more so than her letter here. And baby, let's get locked and loaded, Canada. We got a lot of crap hitting the fan before our Christmas vacation. Subscribe, hit that notification bell as more content's coming down about Mark Carney, more content's coming down about this economic report, all being posted today. Look forward to seeing you shortly. I'm out.